Welcome everyone! In this video, we are in the Catch Cup, showcasing another fun team featuring Scrafty. Scrafty, always have a fun time using Scrafty. Of course, I already have one and have had one, but I caught this little guy or gal here, it's actually a girl, female, during this event, so I figured why not build this? It's the best ranked one I have, so we're running it in the Catch Cup. And also on this team, Shadow Dragonair. I've been holding off on building this thing. Not the best IVs as we can see here, but I needed a good reason to build it, and here we are at the Catch Cup. So it qualified, so it's on the safe swap. And also on this team, we've got Delphox on the lead. Ever since the comm day, I've been wanting to try this thing out, give it a whirl. It was fun. It's just the meta is quite hostile to it. So we've got Dragonair in the back to protect it from the water, and Scrafty in the back to sweep. Delphox handles all of those Shadow A9s on the lead. Yeah, we're having a bit of fun in the Catch Cup. I caught this Scrafty. I was so happy. This will definitely be my new Great League Scrafty moving forward. But here we go. Positive lead. That's the dream lead. Had a Shadow A9. They make a play into a G-Fisk, and it is Scrafty time. We all know how this matchup goes. Does not go very well for the G-Fisk. We do tank an Earthquake, so we're going to let that go. And I generally go for the foul play. I like to build all the way up and look to play to the CMP on the second move, which is generally the Rock Slide, but they go for the extra and they let it go, cutting the losses. I would imagine they're going to bring back in that Shadow A9. And it's Powder Snow, so that means Scrafty can actually hang in here. Gonna throw this Power Punch and really rev up that counter damage. And oh, it looks like they're going for an aggressive farm down, but they are in for a rude awakening. Scrafty has the bulk to hang in to get to one last Power Punch. And holy smokes, look at the work that Scrafty put in on this A9 here. My goodness, Scrafty can really put in the work if you set it up in the right conditions. They go Weather Ball, that does laughable damage, and they've got a Lantern in the back. Little did they know, we had the perfect answer to these Catch Cup Lanterns here. They're going to go Surf, that is resisted, but we want to get rid of this thing. We don't want any shenanigans going on. We don't want them trying to weasel out of this. We got to get rid of this thing. It's a nightmare, obviously, for our Delphox. And we're going to let this next Surf go. That's generally what you want to do up against a Dragon type, as Surf, I do believe, is slightly more energy efficient. Of course, it is does cost less energy. So they do outpace us to the Surfs, and we are going to look to go for a Body Slam. Now, we're keeping an eye on our switch timer here, guys, and I am expecting a Snipe because that A9 does have energy, so we're swapping, trying to anticipate that, but they threw one more. I do believe that Snipe was coming either way. They were just trying to time it the right way, so we preempted them, caught that resisted damage, and we're gonna blast burn a Lantern because why not? We say bye-bye to the Lantern, and Delphox coming in clutch in the end, closing the game strong. That's gonna be a good game, well played. Oh, I was having a lot of fun with this team, especially with Delphox, guys, because so many people are running these Shadow A9s in the Catch Cup. It was a thing of beauty, and that is exactly what we had. They make a play into a Gliscor. So we're actually going to meet this with our Dragonair. Of course, we can hit it for super effective with our Aqua Tails, and we draw an early shield from the Gliscor. We obviously don't want Scrafty anywhere near this because we do take super effective fast move pressure, and they resist ours. Called that. I was feeling a little brave there. I figured, you know, they see that we're a Shadow. It's likely that they bait, and they did. So we will shield the second one. And I'm hoping that we can get that farm down. We just could not get it, and we absolutely need to hold on to switch here. In hindsight, probably should have thrown the move. I think at the time I just got a little overzealous. That was wishful thinking. But we do have a Body Slam for this A9. Was not anticipating a shield. And they've got a G-Fisk in the back. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Love to see it. I know Scrafty sure does. All of these Catch Cup G-Fisk, Scrafty just eats them up for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So we do have to play carefully here. They are still up a shield. So we're actually going to bait. They have to hold on to this G-Fisk. That's their only a glimmer of hope. So we're going to bait, and we successfully bait. You'll love to see it yet again, and we will get to this foul play here. And yeah, this will be more than enough to allow us to say bye-bye to the G-Fisk. And we are boosted, so going to add insult to injury with a few boosted counters on our way out. And now all they have left is this Charm, Shadow A9. And I find them to be quite annoying in this meta, so we're blast burning the low health Charm A9 for the BM to end the game. You'll love to see it. That's going to be yet another good game well played. I tell you guys, Delphox sure does come in clutch for all of those A9s, but here we go. Scrafty lead. It's actually a very neutral lead, very tricky lead, as we are resisting this fast move pressure, but of course they can hit us for massive super effective with the foul play, and they could go right for it, so we're going to exercise caution, and they bait us with a power-up punch. I was 99% sure that was going to be a bait, but you never know, guys. So we're going to bait right back with a Mystical Fire, lowering that attack. And now we don't want to tank a boost foul play. Well, it's not boosted anymore, but we don't want to tank one in general. So we're catching this onto our Dragonair. And we are met with a Dunsparce here, so we should throw our move. We didn't throw our move. I think for some reason I was thinking they were going to overfarm, as most Dunsparce trainers do have a tendency to overfarm quite a bit, but no, they threw right away. That's a misplay by us, probably. Definitely should have just thrown the move. But that's okay. Here we are. A Scrafty in on this Dunsparce here. Gonna boost with a power punch here and look to go for the full farm down here after. Expecting them, not expecting anything. You never know what they're gonna throw at you here in this Catch Cup, but they could absolutely come back in with that Scrafty, and they do. We are boosted, and we are gonna boost yet again with yet another power punch here. And see what they want to do. They do let it go, as they do tank that, and we don't want to tank another power punch, so we're catching yet again on our Delphox. This time it's resisted. Catching that on Delphox was quite nice. I was feeling quite catchy, if you will, in the Catch Cup. So yeah, we're having fun here. And they meet us with a Drapion, calling the Mystical Fire bait. That's a risky call there. I was finding that with Delphox, they generally shield up the blast burn, so but not this time. And we do let that go, putting the hope and faith into our Scrafty here, and they force close the app. I think, yeah, they were a little bit annoyed with us catching the moves here on them in the Catch Cup. Yeah. They throw a tantrum and force close the app, wasting everyone's time here. That's okay. No big deal. I get it. It is frustrating. We don't like getting caught on. I know I sure don't, but just top left next time. But good game, well played to them nonetheless. Yeah, we were flexing a little bit in that last one, and I don't think the opponent appreciated it very much. But here we go. Another very tricky lead, Stunfisk. Both of us have the ability to do super effective damage, and in fact, we are both dealing super effective fast move pressure. Gonna shield up the rock slide, that would do quite a bit of super effective damage. And they throw an alignment there. They allowed us a full fire spin, and we do appreciate that very much. Gonna bait with a Mystical Fire, grabbing a shield, and try to catch a rock slide. Seeing that they were throwing on alignment, but they held on to the energy. And they are debuffed, so even if this is the EQ, we'll let it go. It's just the rock slide. We'll take that, no problem. We wanted to catch the rock slide anyways. And they meet us with a Lantern. I'm not sure if they're familiar with this matchup, but it doesn't go well for Lantern. But we are compromised. They did chip with a rock slide first. So it could go a little bit differently here. Gonna let this go. Just a surf, we do survive that, and we will make it to another body slam in time here. And we will see if they want to give us that final shield here. This would be doing quite a bit of damage coming from a Shadow, and we grab the shield. That would have definitely KO'd, I believe. So that's okay. We are up a shield now, and we're going to let this go. Scrafty tanks whatever Lantern throws. No problem. It is the Thunderbolt there. And they are only going to make it to one move, so Thunderbolt is the right move to go for. Now, it's going to be interesting to see if they come back in with that G-Fisk. Not sure what their third could be. It's a Scrafty of their own. So going to fire off a power punch here and really rev up our counter damage. and try and get to the second one. On the CMP, this is a rank 9, a fresh rank 9, so we're not winning too many CMP ties, but we do live a power punch, and we will get this off. In hindsight, I probably should have caught that again onto our Delphox, but that is okay. Delphox up a shield should do just fine here, no problem. We're not farming down, so gotta throw some energy here. Gonna throw the Mystical Fire. It is less energy cost than the Blast Burn. We say bye-bye Scrafty, and we have the shield. All we have to do is shield up this Rock Slide, and they will not make it to another one in time. Holy smokes, making the plays with Delphox in the Catch Cup. You absolutely love to see it. Gonna go for the overkill Mystical Fire. We're saying bye-bye to the G-Fisk. Way overkill, but it's so much fun on these Catch Cup G-Fisk. You love to see it. Good game, well played. I am telling you guys, we had the finesse quite a bit running Delphox at the Great League CP. And here we go, Shadow Drifblim. Very interesting. I've seen a few of these thus far. We reach our big moves at the same time, but gonna bait with a Mystical Fire. Like I said, they always seem to shield at the Blast Burn, and we grab the shield, successfully baiting. And speaking of baits, these Drifblims love to bait, so we're calling this just the Icy Wind, not a problem at all. Now, if they want to win lead, they're going to have to throw again, and they do. We're going to let this go. No problem. We've got a Scrafty up a shield, and if you guys tune into this channel regularly, you will know that Scrafty up a shield can put in the work. And they should throw their move, but they're not. I figured they would definitely Icy Wind us, as that would make the most sense, but they just let their Drifblim go. That was so interesting to see. And they've got a Lantern in the back. And I had a strong feeling that there's at least a Lantern in the back, because running Drifblim on the lead, they have to have some coverage for Powder Snow Shadow A9, as there are quite a few in this Catch Cup meta. So from a team reading perspective, that's why we were okay letting Delphox go, because they have to have solid protection. And the coverage for Powder Snow A9 happens to be quite good up against Delphox as well. And there it is, Stunfisk. I was thinking there was either a Swampert or a Stunfisk in the back, and there's a nice shiny Stunfisk. And we were kind of head faking them. I was leaning more toward G-Fisk, so we went down shields, making them think that maybe we had an owl in the back and forcing them to swap. And it worked out beautifully for us. Sometimes you got to play those little mind games with your opponents, guys. And here we are. It's Dragonair time. The trap was set. We trapped them, and this thing can do nothing, even though it does still have a shield. We are just going to Dragon Breath down. We tank these resisted surfs, no problem, and they're getting Dragon Breath down, and they go down with a shield. Dragonair coming in clutch to close the game strong. That's going to be yet another good game. Well played. Gotta say, going into the Catch Cup, I did not anticipate seeing so many Lanterns and G-Fisk, but here we go. Positive lead. We had an S-Cab, and they safe swap a Catch Cup Azu. Holy smokes, are you kidding me? This thing runs right through the entire team. Oh my gosh, I was not... Honestly, guys, Azu, really? That's the last thing I expected to see in the Catch Cup. This thing is insanely strong against the entire team, so we're staying here. The resisted Blast Burns with Stab are actually putting in a little bit of work here. Had to shield up the resisted move. I was not anticipating a Hydro Pump, but still had to shield that up. So we throw Dragonair in here just to sack it, guys. That's the weak link on the team, although Scrafty's not great up against S-Cav either. So we do take it out with a Body Slam. That's out of the way, and they've got a Lantern in the back. You gotta be kidding me. This is not trending in the right direction. Had a beautiful, gorgeous lead with S-Cav, but this backline is, yeah, no bueno, I must say. And the switch timers are misaligned, so I do imagine they're just throwing this to get their S-Cav back in here, and the switch timer is just too slow. Have to throw this move to burn the clock, but we are taking way too much counter damage here. The slow switch timer is not doing us any favors whatsoever. We took way too much counter damage from that very hard-hitting S-Cav. Gonna throw the Mystical Fire, playing to the debuff con, but yeah, I just don't think it's gonna be enough. It's too little too late. This Lantern is absolutely loaded. Gonna have to let one of these Surfs go, but yeah, it's just gonna get us too low. Even with the debuff, just gonna allow them to farm down, and yeah, that team was just absolutely brutal. Catch Cup Azu, holy smokes, that did us in, but good game, well played to them. Oh man, guys, the one Catch Cup Azu happened to find its way to us. That was brutal, but here we go. Shadow Galvantula, that's a decent lead. They make a play into a Shadow Muck. So we're going to meet this with our Scrafty here and go for this Power Punch. That's all you do against the Poison Darks. Hits for neutral, and it boosts your neutral counter damage, which really does add up, especially in the Great League format. They did build all the way up to a potential Sludge Wave, actually past the Sludge Wave, so we're going to respect it, and it's just a Dark Pulse bait. That's very annoying, but would definitely like to hold on to Switch, seeing that they have a squishy Shadow Galvantula. Gonna throw the foul play and see if we can grab a shield, but they let it go. My goodness. Likely thought that we were baiting, but sometimes it just pays to not bait, and they've got a Steelix in the back. This is looking pretty good, even though they are still up a shield. They let the foul play go as they do tank it. Gonna bring Delphox in here, and they top left. Yeah, it wasn't trending in the right direction. They made a misplay calling, trying to call a bait, but good game, well played to them. I gotta say, guys, I was having a lot of fun with Delphox. It's a very interesting Pokemon with a very interesting typing, but that lead, not interesting at all. That's a nightmare. I had a Jellicent. We make a play into our Dragonair safe swap, and they made us with a Steelix. Holy smokes. That's a super hard counter lead and a super hard counter swap here, but we do get off that Aqua Tail, and they're gonna throw. They don't have to throw, but they do, and that's fine. So because they lowered our defense, we're not making it to another move. So we're going to wait the switch timer because we were the ones to swap out. So we're going to align the switch timers here and bring in our Delphox. And look to go for a farm down here. Looks like they're not running Crunch. They would have made it to a Crunch if they had it, likely running EQ. They go for the Resisted Psychic Fangs, and that does no damage, allowing us to get the full farm down here. Gonna bank this energy and go into Scrafty, and they've got a Scrafty of their own. So this is getting very tricky, guys. I don't know what we're gonna do here. Gonna go for these power-up punches. That's all we really can do, and hope for the best. Gonna have to shield everything from this opposing Scrafty. We have to preserve health on our own Scrafty. So we do shield and gonna go for another power punch. We do have a slight energy lead here, so we do have that working in our favor. And gonna see what they want to do. They do shield, and that is fine. And they're not, they got super greedy, allowing us an opening, guys. Holy smokes, it's Scrafty resisting these hexes, gets to the foul play. You give Scrafty an inch, it will absolutely take a mile. Holy smokes. Double boosted foul play, nearly one-shots the jelly, allowing us to close strong. Good game, well played to them. Oh, guys, I'm telling you, you give Scrafty an inch, it will absolutely take a mile. And here we go, Nightmare lead, Shadow Swampert in the Catch Cup. Gonna make a play into our Dragonair, and they meet us with a Beedrill. Finally, someone looking to just let their hair down and have a little fun. Quite refreshing to see, I must say. But we do need to absolutely hold on to Switch here, so we're going to look to do that. Go for the Body Slam here, grabbing a shield, and seeing how much these Shadow Dragon Breaths are doing. We can safely shield this, going down on shields, giving them a shield advantage, but this will allow us to maintain Switch and control the alignment, which is absolutely crucial if you're met with a Swampert lead. So going to throw this Body Slam here. We are close to back-to-back. And we do grab a shield from the Swampert. That is beautiful. They should be throwing their energy, but they're not getting greedy yet again, allowing us to get to this Body Slam and doing big damage to the Shadow. You love to see it. And they're still not throwing. They just went down with a boatload of energy. We'll take that, no problem. And they've got a Unova Stunfisk. So we're looking pretty good here. Scrafty, quite bulky, and this thing does not hit very hard at all. So going to go for the foul plays here. Just go straight foul play. That's what you do on bulky Pokemon like this Unova Stunfisk here. There are no shields, so you don't need to be baiting with Power Punch. And again, we tank 2 of these moves, no problem. And they need to overfarm. That's their only hope, but it's just not going to happen for this Unova Stunfisk here. This Foul Play doesn't quite KO, but 1 counter does the trick, and down goes the Unova Stunfisk. Scrafty left standing in the end to close it strong. Good game well played to the opponent, and that is the team, my friends. I had a little bit of fun in this Catch Cup. I was quite alarmed to see so much hyper open Great League meta running rampant, but hey, it is what it is. We decided to go in a different direction and have a lot of fun with our new Calm Day, Community Day Delphox. Had a lot of fun with it, been wanting to run it for a while. I've always enjoyed Delphox in general, so it having its community day recently seemed to make perfect sense to run in the Catch Cup. And again, we caught this nice juicy rank 9 Scrafty. That's too tempting to pass up on, in fact, so we did build that for the Catch Cup as well, because that's going to be our new regular Great League Scrafty. So what better time to build that than now? And again, needed a good reason to build this Shadow Dragonair. Been hanging on to it, holding out for some better IVs, but yeah, I figured, hey, I might as well. So here we are. Had a lot of fun in this Catch Cup with this fun team, but guys, I had a blast. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, I thank you for watching, and keep up the grind. Thank you, guys.